Alright, so WWDC is just around the corner, and if you're keeping up with my channel, you actually saw that I posted a roundup of everything that could be coming and other things that, if not coming at WWDC, are coming in the near future. And rather than just focusing on the near future of up to 1 week, I thought it would be exciting to bring out the latest leaks that I've heard. WWDC spurs a lot of rumors across the industry, people speculating on what's coming, not only now, but what's coming in the future. And so with all of that, we have a bunch of leaks to cover, not just for things that are coming this week, but things that are coming in the next year to 2 years. And so this is actually a 3-part video. I'll put links to the others as well in the description below, but this is an exciting one. This is Apple headliners, the big products that are going to be coming over the next 2 years. So that includes a lot of information among a lot of guaranteed sources that are very trusted throughout the years. That includes Apple glasses, iPhone 12, AirPower, and a lot more. So let's just dive into it. Let's get started. Alright guys, so since I'm going to be going over a bunch of Apple leaks, it only seems fair to hide my face behind an emoji. So of course that's what I'm going to be using to go through this. So like I said, this is a big series. These are the Apple headliners, the latest leaks from a lot of trusted sources. We've got Apple glasses, iPhone 12, AirPower, and more. So let's just get into it. Starting with the iPhone 12, we've heard a lot about this so far. Apparently it's going to be starting at $649 US and just working its way up above the 1,000 mark as it did with iPhone 11. It's supposed to be coming in October 2020, with some sources saying it could be shipped later, like November, depending on delays with COVID-19. It's supposed to have a new sleek design, very iPad-like with those sleek edges, the rounded corners, very minimal bezel around it as well, and a smaller notch. It's supposed to come in 5.4 inches, 6.7 inches, and 6.1 inches in varying models, which we'll get to in a moment. Triple lens, 3D cameras, OLED displays, 5G connectivity across the lineup, and an A14 chip for much improved performance. So a breakdown of all the models. Like I said, this starts at $649, but it's going to work its way up well past that, up to 1,000 or more. The base model is going to be the iPhone 12 5.4. This is going to be the $649 model. It's going to have the A14 chip, an aluminum body, 2 cameras only, with 5G connectivity. Then we move up to a larger model of the iPhone 12, very similar in terms of all the same specs, aluminum body, 2 cameras, A14 chip, 5G connectivity, but then a smaller notch. Then we move on to that Pro lineup, which is the iPhone 12 Pro, starting at the 6.1 inch mark. This is going to have a lot of the same with some improved specs. It's going to have a stainless steel body for a more premium feel. It's going to have 3 cameras, not just 2. That 5G connectivity, smaller notch like you would expect, and then of course a LiDAR sensor. So expect 4 circles on the back of these devices rather than the 3 that we're used to with iPhone 11. And next we have the iPhone 12 Pro at the 6.7 inch mark. This is going to have all the same specs as the iPhone 12 Pro, just with that larger 6.7 inch display. Let me know in the comments which of these models you're most interested in. Myself, I always go with the largest model with the iPhone Pro models at the 6.7 inch mark, but let me know in the comments what you're interested in. Next we have Apple glasses. There's a lot that we still have to learn about this, but we're hearing a lot throughout the media. What we know so far is that it's supposed to be coming in early 2021, which is really surprising to me because I assumed that it'd be much further off, like 2022 or later. But we're hearing that it could be early to mid 2021, coming at some point in that time frame. And in terms of a price point, it's supposed to start at $499. That'll be for the basic model, but if you're like me and you actually have a prescription, that's only said to go up from there. I'm assuming up by $100 to $200, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see it for more information on that. So these are said to look like real glasses. They're supposed to have a very premium finish. That outline is based on a confirmed source who's actually seen it in early iterations. I'm assuming there will be other different styles to them, but that outline seems to be what we're looking at. And this is going to work very similar to an Apple Watch. If you already have one, you would pair it with an iPhone and you would be able to view all of your notifications, but you do need an iPhone to take advantage of the full capabilities of Apple glasses like you do with Apple Watch. Like I said before, prescription models are available at an additional cost, which is to be confirmed. We do know that there's going to be a LiDAR sensor on the right temple, and also we've heard that there's going to be wireless charging. On the model that we've heard about, They would be placed upside down on a wireless charger, so the top of the frames would come into contact and then they would start to charge. So that's everything we know on Apple glasses. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, and we'll move on to the next one. The last headliner we have is AirPower, and I know this was already announced a while back, and then it just sort of fizzled away. We don't really know much about what's happening with it. All we know that there was a lot of complications in the development, and they just completely removed it from the website. But now we're starting to hear in the media that they actually are quietly working on this still. So as far as we know, this could be slated to come in late 2020. We might hear about it as early as that October Apple event where we hear about the iPhone 12. It could be released alongside of it. We know that it's codenamed C68, and we've seen references to that in iOS 14, and I'm sure we'll see more at WWDC when the developer preview of iOS 14 comes out. The design has changed slightly, so the lightning cable is now on the right side instead of on the top. There's going to be fewer coils than previously announced, meaning that all your devices are going to be pushed a little bit closer together than they were in the original preview. That's also going to lead to more overlap, and you can see Front Page Tech did a rendering based on what they had seen in mock-ups of AirPower, where you see that they are much closer together. And it's said to have an A12 chip to dynamically manage heating, which is just crazy tech and is going to change the industry. Essentially, all of these devices are going to need a different amount of power. They're going to need to be able to cater to giving more power to certain devices as to not overheat. And so it does need some sort of performance chip in order to do that. So if they can pull it off, this is going to be huge. So WWDC is coming next week. Like I said, they're going to be announcing a lot of hardware and software, and I have a previous video on that if you want to see a recap on everything that may be coming. I don't anticipate any of this coming, but like I said, you never know what's going to happen in terms of a release date. We know that they are quietly working on the iPhone 12 Apple Glass and AirPower. It's just a matter of when they actually release it. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned for WWDC to see what they do release next week. And of course, I'll release a video that rounds up everything that they've announced on that date, so stay tuned for that. That was Apple headliners. Those are a lot of the big names that are going to be coming in the next year or two. Again, nothing is final, but these are just leaks and rumors from very trusted sources. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited for. And as I mentioned before, this is part 1 of 3. There's 2 more videos coming. I'll put the link in the description. If you enjoyed this, as always, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button to let me know. Put comments below on what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one.